Hello everyone and welcome to another Digimon video. This time I'm going to be going over the English Digimon X version 2, and yes, while I already did cover them when it was released last week, I thought I'd go over some news that's since come out, and also because my nice navy blue one arrived, which yes, I did say I wasn't going to do an unboxing video for it because it was just the same old stuff. But since there's been some news come out, I thought I'd talk about that and sort of cover it because it is quite big and important news. Now, when I unboxed these last week, I did go over the fact that the silver or gold versions have different Digimon depending on what colour you get. So if it's a silver, you get a certain roster, and then if you get gold, it's another roster. So the blue having the Silver X and the metallic silver having the gold X, meaning those are the versions. And when you start up the Digimon, you get presented with what version it is, so silver or gold. And that does match up. When you start up a silver one, it says silver. When you start up the gold one, it says gold, as you would expect. However, and this is something that I didn't know at the time because it only just released and you don't really know until you hit child, but the rosters have actually been swapped between these two devices. So as you can see on the silver boxes, we have Impmon X, and on the gold boxes, we have the Black Agumon X. That is actually a Digimon you can't get on the silver one, on the English one. You can get it on the Japanese silver and gold, which we have here, or purple and red as they're called. But I guess at some point in changing them from saying red to gold and purple to silver, they messed up something there. So the rosters are completely swapped between the versions, so the Digimon that appear on the boxes aren't actually ones you can get on that virtual pet. So other than that, it all works. There's no other bugs. The roster is just swapped. So if we look at the blue, it says silver, and that is correct. It does have the Silver X on it. However, the roster is reversed. So you get all the mons that you would get on the purple and silver, you actually would get on any of the ones with the gold X, and vice versa. So Impmon X being on the gold X one rather than on the Silver X1 and vice versa. So that's something that was kind of big news about Friday morning. And as I mentioned in my original unboxing, I'm going to go in this blind. But when I got Otamamon X on this, it kind of took me as like, oh, maybe I'm misremembering the roster. I thought that it was Kukuamon X. But it turns out I should have gone with my gut instincts. And yes, the roster was wrong. And then as other people got their Digimon to evolve the child, they also found that the rosters were reversed, and this is for every single version of this. So no matter the shell you get for the English version, the rosters will be reversed. So that is an important thing to note if you wanted a particular Digimon, that you'll have to look at the roster slightly differently. The evolution guide on Humulos's website, Digitame Hatchery, has been updated to say what version has what, so that is helpful, but just know that my original advice of look at the box to see what Digimon are appearing, and the sprite, of course, on the box, don't take that into account at all. So that is something to be aware of. People were able to enter these into debug mode and confirm that they all had the wrong roster. So that is something that we know, and that is neither cool nor fun, but it was kind of an amusing little while when people were kind of patching it together and working it out that the rosters were wrong. So yeah, I just thought I'd cover that because a lot of people have been asking about it. Other people are saying that their Amazon US orders have been delayed and are wondering if that had something to do with the error, the factory error. And I would go ahead and say no. The other, as far as I recall, the other English releases of the Digimon toys by Amazon US have always been delayed. This is just something that has happened at the same time, completely by coincidence, as the factory error I do not expect Bandai to make a statement on it, nor do I expect them to fix it. If they do fix it in any way, I'm expecting maybe a sticker on the box saying Digimon on packaging may not appear on this device or what have you. I'm not expecting them to go in and fix the actual error, and then just look what I have, Chaos Digimon X, because I like Chaos Digimon X. But yeah, I don't expect them to re-release it, and I'm also hoping that they don't re-release it on the basis that if they do re-release a fix, that could delay the third DMX version in English, which I'm assuming we're getting at this point, and the bricks that they showed off at Digimon Con, which I'm hoping were the revival but English versions. So if they do fix anything, keep in mind that that would actually delay any future bricks in English. And it's not really like Bandai to own up to their mistakes and make statements about them at all. We had the first version of the Tamagotchi Meets, which had bugs that they would just freeze and you would have to completely reset them from scratch and lose all your progress. We also had, as I've mentioned in another video, the Vital Bracelet Gachapon DIMs for Monodramon and Renamon. Both had bugs. If you are on rookie or adult stage and you try to initiate an NFC battle, you have a 10% chance of having it crash and restart. So Bandai have not mentioned any of their previous bugs. I'm not expecting them to own up to this bug, and nor do I really want them to fix the bug, because again, it would delay any future releases. So yeah, in short, the rosters have been swapped between the gold and silver versions, which doesn't really mean too much because the opening splash screen is correct. It just so happens that the boxes are wrong in this case. And I'm not expecting Bandai to mention anything. Amazon US does, yes, have delays. I think that's a coincidence. I know there's the pandemic going on, and there's also, I'm wondering if there's that ship that has just, like, stopped being beached in America is maybe causing the supply chain at all. But yeah, again, this happens for all of the English Amazon US releases, so I think that's just a coincidence. Not expecting them to fix it, not expecting them to even mention it. It would be cool to get an apology, hoping they don't fix it, because again, it would delay any future releases. But yeah, so that's just a quick update on the Digital Monster X version 2. I'm still enjoying it. The factory error doesn't really affect me much because I have both versions, but I can imagine other people who got a certain version expecting the Digimon on the box to be disappointed, so that's why I thought I'd release this video in case someone hasn't heard. So let me know what your thoughts about this factory error are in the comments. Like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe if you haven't already, and of course, I'll see you on the next video. Bye!